See how they do here.
That means starts will be critical. Here we go. Green flag. You can quickly see how this is just one gigantic oval. One big circle constantly turning. And Heckert jumps out to the early lead.
Nick Drake got in line third.
Yeah, he's got Jesse Little behind him in the 97. And then the 4-car Sergio Pena behind him.
Doesn't look like they got the outside groove worked in quite yet.
Watching fight for 7th here, Ben Rhodes, Austin Hill.
Brendan Newberry behind Ben Rhodes. Those guys are hanging tough out there right now. That's kind of hard to do.
Gifford runs in 2nd in the 6-car. Todd, this giant circle has got to be so tough on the driver physically. No place to rest.
You don't get any chance to take a breath. It's, you know, the thing about this is mental. Is getting on and off the throttle. Like Scott Heckert said earlier, you got to be smooth and consistent, and that's what you get good lap times from.
Watching the 41 car in there, Ben Rhodes, right in the thick of the championship.
Cameron Hanley's trying to make it work on the outside back there in the 98.
57 tonight. This one for Brendan Newberry, driver from Bakersfield, California.
Didn't hit anything, so the car's still okay, but yeah, he lost a lap there, and that's not good at a little track like this. You see back there, he got a little help from somebody.
Let's get the story on Brandon Jones. Kristen Beed has that for us.
The 33 of Brandon Jones incurred a 1-lap penalty for aggressive driving. If you've been following Brandon Jones, there's a developing pattern in his racing. We know it went down at Loudon. Todd, as a driver, we're short track racing. We can expect aggressive driving, but do you project that style of racing might catch up with him?
Well, Kristen, if he keeps this up and he develops that pattern every week, the guys, the other drivers are going to know it, and they're not going to cut him any breaks, knowing that he's not going to cut them any breaks, and it's not a good place to be.
Final 50 left, in a solid position now to make something happen here.
You can see Gaulding is not giving him any room. He's actually running him up the track a little bit, which makes a big difference. Yeah, Cameron decided he better get back in line when he had the opportunity.
Well, now try to use the nose a little bit, see if he can loosen him up, slide by the inside maybe.
Cameron's got a good enough car. If he can, there you go.
There he goes,
yeah,
just like that.
Exactly, a little bump and run, get him loose, get him at the inside.
Problem is, there's 25 laps or so for Gaulding to repay the favor.
I don't think Gaulding's going to be able to run with Cameron. His car is way too strong right now.
Chastain's going to try to make a move on Gaulding. The 1 car anxious to move forward. He loosens him up, and there he goes.
Another little bump and run.
Oh, man. That's more than a bump and run. I didn't like that move is what that is.
Gray Gaulding was a little upset with Ross Chastain with that move. And that's short track racing. You got to expect it. You know, I don't think Gray meant to spin him out. I think he meant to just move him out of the way and repay the favor. But Chastain went around.
Well, and don't forget, Gray had it happen to him twice in just a matter of a couple of laps. He was tired of having it done to himself, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy to get frustrated at a short track. And Gray got moved twice, and he was really frustrated with it.
Let's go back and take a look at what happened here, and although it's, I think, fairly obvious. Oh, they're going to black flag Gray, too. I think they think it was pretty obvious as well.
Yeah, that was pretty intentional. It was not called for. You know, unfortunately, Gray had a good car, and he was going to get probably a top 5, top 6, and now he's going to be back in the pack. See, I don't think that was intentional. I think Gray was just on the outside of Kenzie Rustin and trying to beat her down in the corner, and unfortunately Ross was right there. Here you see Ross moving Gray out of the way. Not very happy about it, but Kenzie got up under him. Yeah, he just drove down in there too deep. I'm not going to say that was totally intentional.
So Gray will head to pit lane to serve out the penalty.
Unfortunately for Ross, there's not a lot of laps left in this race to come from the back. And as hard as it is to pass here, it's going to be hard for him to get back toward the front.
Wrapping up the 5th caution of the night, we'll have the green when we return to Columbus. Jegs 150. Tires are worn out, cars are beaten and battered, and we've got a handful of laps to go to settle this one.
Pena gets a good jump on Haley. Cameron trying to get to the bottom, and he squeezes in line. That was a good start right there for Cameron Haley. He needed to get back behind him, not lose a lot of positions, not get freight trains, because he's going to have to, you know, to get a shot at this win, he's going to have to stay up there.
Drake and Little running side by side. Fighting over 5th. Looks like Jesse Little's going to take the position for now.
Sergio's running a very conservative line here. He's really keeping it low on the straightaways, driving straight up off the corner, trying to not spin those tires. I think he realizes that Haley's car is just a little bit better at this point, right here at the end of the race, and the only way he's going to be able to keep him behind him is run that conservative, protective line.
And Todd, when you know that the best way to pass the guy in front of you is the bump and run, and you're leading, and you know that's what the guy behind you is thinking, how do you prepare for it like in here?
There's not a whole lot you can do except for just be ready to turn the wheel back to the right and save your car. If the guy behind you wants to bump and run you, he's going to do it. And a little short track like this, it's probably the normal.
All right, so let's reverse it. Ooh, Drake getting a little out of control in the 15.
Yeah, Jesse put one in a little deep, got high, and came back down on him. There we go, the little bump and run here.
Haley's working that rear corner on Pena. So if you're Haley, Todd, and there's 12 to go, when do you use that move? Because you don't want to give anybody else a chance to repay that favor.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's going to have to, because Pena's getting loose up off the corner, and very easy right there. Nice pass by Cameron Haley.
Kenzie Rustin having a solid run. Up to 3rd, not for long. And around goes Kenzie. Caution is out.
What a shame. Kenzie did a great job all night. Didn't get in anybody. Worked her way into position and gets basically taken out of the race. And she's not very happy about this.
Can't say I blame her.
She did a great job, though. She was clean race all night. Look at the car, not a mark on it. I think she's going to go have a word with him right here.
She's going to let somebody know she didn't appreciate it. Right about here.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
right
not smart, though. She just took her fender off.
And now the NASCAR officials won't be too happy about it.
No, she'll go to the NASCAR trailer after this race. I'm very sure of that. But that's short track racing, Ralph. You're going to get bumped. Things are going to happen. See, she had to get off the throttle, and now, there again, I'm not going to put all that on Ben Rhodes. You know, she had to get out of the throttle or run into, I think it was Pena there in front of her. Yep. You know, she see her car slow down, starting to push up. You know, Ben had nowhere to go. Yeah, I'm not going to put that one on him. I'm going to call that a racing accident.
Problem is, when you're racing and you're in the middle of all this, it's hard to keep your cool. All you know is you got spun and you're not happy about it.
Exactly. That's what Kenzie knows, and that's what she feels. And you know, that's racing. There's a lot of emotion out there right now, especially in her position. She did a great job getting to the front, keeping her car clean, and to get turned around like that, it's a shame.
So before we go to the restart, you'll notice Haley on the outside here. Todd, of course, we go back to the last completed lap with scoring. So that means Pena gets back to the inside, and Haley's got to do the work all over again.
Yeah, it's a shame for Haley, but that's the rules, and that's the way it is, and we can see if Pena can hold him off.
He held him off for a while, and you know it's going to get aggressive and intense here in the final few. Green flag waves, and we're underway. 2 to go. Can Pena hold on? Oh, Drake gets loose. Haley's got to get to the bottom to have a shot at him. Here he comes. White flag is out.
2 shots. He's too far back. I don't think he's going to get it done.
Sergio Pena trying to hold on for the win, protecting the bottom. Haley just can't get there. Pena's going to win the Jegs 150.
Great job by Sergio Pena to, you know, the car was going away at the end, and you know, fortunately for him, there was a caution. Cameron Haley did a great job. He probably had the best car at the end.